The murder of a transgender woman in Tampa earlier this year sparked international attention. Police departments across the country taking note of the sensitive nature of dealing with transgender victims and suspects. And as ABC Action News reporter Ashley Yore shows us tonight, the St. Pete Police Department is paying special attention.
This is the memo that Chief Holloway handed out to all the St. Pete police officers about how you deal with transgender people in the community. He says he wanted to make sure all the officers had this before there was an issue.
My body was what felt the most alienating and alien to me.
This story is one told more frequently. Just one voice from the growing transgender community, and St. Pete police are listening.
Let's get ahead of this before we start getting complaints so officers will know what they need to do.
Chief Anthony Holloway sent out a memo to all officers Wednesday detailing how they should interact with transgender people. And today, St. Pete police officers are going through training. It's an issue that's been in the national spotlight for law enforcement, with several transgender people becoming victims to violence. Here in the Bay Area, transgender woman India Clark was murdered in Tampa back in July. Lieutenant Marcus Hughes, the LGBT liaison for the St. Pete Police Department, says the transgender community is often attacked, but may not be asking for help from police.
They have some concerns about law enforcement, how they would be treated, whether they're called by the proper pronouns, if they'll be called by the names that they prefer to be called by.
And he says now this training is necessary.
For lack of a better word, there's a lot of ignorance because they don't understand what the whole population consists of and what's involved with it. So I think this is a good way to try and get everyone on the same page.
If you would have told me 25 years ago that I would be having this conversation with you, I'd probably say no, we're not. But again, times are changing and we need to change with the times.
The chief says now that training's done, everything in this memo is in effect today. In St. Pete, I'm Ashley Yore, ABC Action News.